Okay, it is time for another Will I Buy It video. I got my iced coffee and I am ready to look at some new makeup. But before we do that, if you're new here, hello, my name is Katie Marie and we just talk about all things makeup on this channel. And I wanted to start something fun and different on my channel where I do Instagram shoutouts. I know I mentioned it before that I was trying to focus on my Instagram and grow it so that I could have the 10K so I can have the swipe up feature. That's literally the only reason I care to try and hit 10K. So anyway, I've been trying to grow that and I've been posting a lot more consistently. And you guys are always so amazing and commenting, and I just thought this would be a fun way to give back if at the beginning of my videos I give a little shout out. So for my very first shout out, I'm going to go to my most recent picture that I did, which is this one with the Benefit products that I got. And I'm just going to randomly select. I clicked on Leah G. Perez. So Leah, she is an Instagrammer. I follow her and I absolutely love her flat lays. I'll go ahead and stick some pictures here on the screen, but I'll leave her Instagram handle down below if you want to go see her. So yeah, that's going to be my very first Instagram shout out. If you want a chance to be featured in my Instagram shout outs at the beginning of my videos, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and just interact with my content that I post. And whenever I sit down to film a video, I will just go to my most recent picture, randomly select a commenter, and give you guys a little shout out and screenshot in my video. Let's jump right into talking about all the new makeup. There's some neat releases that have come out that I cannot wait to talk about. Alright, so the very first thing I want to talk about, it actually just kind of teased today, but it is this new palette from Urban Decay called the Stoned Vibes palette. I love the cover. Like, looking at the cover, I'm like, ooh, now that is beautiful. I love the texture. I love the different colors. I love how I'm sure that's going to look absolutely amazing, especially like looking at head on in the sunlight. But let's talk about the palette. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure everything in the center is pressed glitters. And it's like, really, Urban Decay? Pressed glitters really isn't that popular right now. And then all the four shades, which look like matte on the ends, but they're just so boring. I don't know. I was just like, ugh, so disappointed. It's definitely very much a sneak peek, but I figured I'd mention it because we actually see a whole palette. I don't have any details. No thank you, but let me know what you think. I do like I said, if it was just on packaging alone, I would most definitely be picking this up because while it is chunky with the texture to it, it adds something really cool. It's just that different mix of colors in here. And I like how just part of the palette is that and the rest is kind of like this stone looking vibe to it, stoned vibe. But anyway, I really like the packaging, but the inside, once again, when it comes to Urban Decay, doesn't inspire me or excite me at all, but let me know what you guys think. Okay, I turned the lighting down a bit because I felt like I was a little washed out. Next up I want to talk about is from Zoeva, or Zoeva. Please correct me if I'm mispronouncing that. I think it's actually Zoeva. This brand right here really intrigues me. I picked up their foundation actually because they are sold at Ulta, so I picked up their foundation in the winter, but it felt too drying for my dry skin, so I put it aside and I want to revisit it in the summer. And then now that they're coming out with new things, I think I want to try the whole brand. Let me know if you guys would like to see kind of like a one brand review on Zoeva because they are indie brand as far as I know. But anyway, they're coming out with loose setting powders, which if you guys haven't seen my collection, I have a problem when it comes to loose powders, but does that keep me from wanting to get this? No, I very much want to get this. So they have this new setting powder. They also came out a couple months ago with the concealer I think I would want to get as well to try with the foundation. And then on top of that, they have these Share Your Light Contour Highlight combos. Now I tend to hate the combos, but I think I might try them. I'm gonna see if they have any matte bronzers in here. No, it says radiant bronzer down here. Anyway, as a whole, Zoeva really has my attention. I really want to try, and I would love to hear if you guys are at all interested in seeing a one brand review from Zoeva because they've intrigued me for so long, and now that I can easily get them from Ulta, I'm even more tempted to try them. So I think I'm going to be making my next Ulta haul, my next Ulta purchase will be a lot of Zoeva products. Nabla is coming out with a collection. It looks like they have this glitter palette, which I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm just a little tired of glitters. I don't mind glitters every now and then, but I feel like the past couple months I've been trying them a lot, so I'm just kind of over it. Anyway, so I wouldn't get a whole palette with glitters, but these bronzers I actually was kind of tempted at for a little bit, but they're radiant bronzers. I wish they were matte. I really am into like trying the matte bronzers. Not that I'm into it and I'm trying a ton of them, but every time I look at bronzers, I'm like, ooh, do they have a matte version? So they have bronzers, which honestly I think I would have tried if they weren't radiant because I like Nabla's packaging. I like their aesthetic. I like the vibe that I get from Nabla Cosmetics, and I just haven't had the opportunity or seen something that grabs me so much that I've actually tried them. They also came out with these two blushes. You guys know I'm not a blush person, so that's an easy pass. And then what looks like lip glosses, which is an easy pass as well. I still do think about picking up the Nabla highlighters that they came out with because those look so pretty, but honestly, I'm partly wanting it just because of the packaging. But anyway, I figured I would mention this. This is their Miami Lights collection. I don't think I said that. Oh, they have a little pen. What is this? Full color styled intense pen. I don't know if that's, I think it's just a gel liner. I don't think it's like a liquid liner. Yeah, it just looks like a gel liner. But that looks like really intense and black. But anyway, as a whole, I was excited to see Nabla come out with a new release, and I was excited to see if I would want anything. And I was like, for 2 seconds, super excited about the bronzers, but then turns out they were radiant, so I was like, I think I'll pass. But let me know. I know a lot of people like more radiant bronzers, so maybe you're into it. Okay, moving on. I don't typically talk about Kylie Cosmetics, but I'm going to be talking about her today because it looks like she came out with new bronzer sticks. Now, from what I can see, they look new. I totally missed the actual tease and like, hey, they're coming out, because I think they're out now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, yesterday they're now available. So anyway, they have bronzer, like cream bronzer sticks, and I'm kind of like, should I get these? I've never actually bought anything from Kylie Cosmetics before. I've never kind of been into like the Kardashians or anything like that. So when Kylie came out with her brand, and in the beginning it was a hot mess, I stayed far away from that because it just seemed like expensive makeup because of her name. But I have been more open to trying her brand since it started to come to Ulta and whatnot. I don't know if these will be available, but if they did, I feel like I would be more than halfway inclined, more than 50% inclined to purchase these, just because, like I was telling you guys before, I've been kind of intrigued to buy a cream bronzer, to try cream bronzer, cream blush, and cream highlight and see how I like that. So I'm kind of tempted. Should I try Kylie? This would be the first like product to ever buy from her. I don't know, is there another brand that I should try? I've been trying to just keep an eye on new releases just to see, but when I saw this come up, I was definitely very intrigued and kind of halfway to like, oh, maybe I'll buy her cream contour and give that a try. Beauty News Official also shared that Shop Violet Voss, or Violet Voss, their Instagram handle is Shop Violet Voss, but Violet Voss is launching this new palette, and this is a really pretty palette. If you are into like spring and pink and peach and purples, I feel like you can go very neutral, you can go very pinky, you can go more corally, more peachy type of tones, and overall it's just a very pretty palette. I feel like the outside is also very, very gorgeous. I forget what the front cover looks like. Here's the video where they revealed it. Sakura blue? No, Sakura Blossom. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but that looks really pretty. It looks like the textures in here. Oh wait, was that a glitter? No, those are metallic, right? I can't tell. It's moving too fast. I need a pause button on Instagram. But I think they're all just intensely like metallic shades. I don't think they're pressed glitters. Party almost looks like it could be, but I think it's just a really good pressed glitters. I don't know, let me know. Or do they even say? No, they don't say here. But anyway, regardless, it's just the color story is not for me, so it's definitely a pass for me, but I figured I would share it here because I haven't really heard anyone talk about it, and it's a new palette, and I know a lot of people like those kind of pinkies, very fresh, and just like the packaging kind of hints with the flowers, just very spring and summer appropriate. So Blush Tribe is officially no more, and they have renamed, they say that they're officially closed, but they basically just did like a rebrand. I don't know, I find it very confusing. But anyway, they're no longer Blush Tribe, they are she even gives me the pronunciations and I'm struggling. Myali. Anyway, this is the new brand. I believe it's called Myali. Feel free to correct me down below in the comments. But Myali Beauty, she is launching the brand with 3 new palettes. And I know Amy Loves Makeup kind of gave this critique of saying that with her shutting down Blush Tribe, she kind of expected her to come out with something that was new and different for this totally different brand that she was starting. But instead, and I agree with her, I feel like she just kind of continued what Blush Tribe does, in the fact that I look at these palettes and I think of Blush Tribe because of the packaging, because of the color story. I don't know, it's just very much just makes me think of Blush Tribe, which just kind of brings me back to the point of like, why'd you I don't understand. She hasn't been super forthcoming, like the owner, with like why she's rebranding. A lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, it wasn't that she was, you know, shutting down, it's that she was going to shut down, and everyone was kind of rallying behind her. But I thought she made a comment on Twitter saying that like for legal reasons she was like forced into shutting down Blush Tribe. So I feel like there's something kind of like with Kathleen Lights and Lights Lacquer, was it? Or anyway, I feel like it's something like that for like legal reasons. But anyway, all that aside, let's just talk about the palettes. She has one called Yaya, one called Ayuba. I'm so sorry. Ayubi, and then Yasmin. Feel like I got that one. But anyways, 3 palettes is what she's going to be starting with. Okay, if there are 5 million jumps in today's video, it's just because the day's been going crazy. I keep getting interrupted and having to pause for phone calls, baby, you name it. But anyway, let's finish this up. Levi is right now in here playing. Yeah, he's deciding not to nap. Anyway, yeah, overall, I think the palettes are pretty. This one, Ayubi, I'm not really into just because it's very deep colors. They do have greens, but just not my favorite kind of green. what is this, Yaya, is, again, a little deeper than for my personal preference. I just feel like I'm not inspired by these, a lot of deep neutrals. So that one doesn't really grab me, but this one, Yasmin, this is really pretty. I feel like it's a very pretty, colorful neutral palette. Even Levi's like, Mom, that doesn't make sense. But I feel like overall, like, it has color in here. It has the pink, it has the red, it has the orange, it has yellow, it has a more peachy, pinky color. But they're all just kind of have that more neutral side, that more depth to it that doesn't make it so popping, at least in these pictures. I'm really excited to see what people think, and as they start getting them, when they kind of put out that they were wanting to look for influencers to like send it to them to review on their channels, I had a lot of people tagging me under that little post. I forget where it was. I think it was this one. Yeah, this one. But thank you so much to everyone who tagged me. That was so very sweet. I haven't heard. I am not expecting to, but I think that was really sweet that so many went and tagged me in it. But anyway, I'm excited to see what people think of the new palettes, the new brand. And I feel like overall Blush Tribe was very much liked quality-wise beforehand, so I'm excited to see if maybe they've improved and maybe they changed some things. I'm excited to see what comes of Myali. And let me know if I said that right. Not gonna lie, Blush Tribe was easier for me to pronounce. I feel so bad saying that, but I will learn the new name. It's okay. I will learn. Colourpop is launching a new foundation, which honestly I'm super intrigued. I first saw it on the Ulta website. I was browsing and I was like, oh. So I was looking at, I'm very tempted. I was like this close to purchasing it and I just haven't placed my Ulta order, so I haven't purchased it yet. But I don't know, I'm going back and forth. I just filmed my Shop My Stash yesterday and I have a ton of foundations and I just feel like everyone's going to be reviewing this, so I don't know if I'll get it. Let me know, are you intrigued? This is $16, which I feel like is kind of becoming standard when it comes to drugstore foundations, kind of the, not that cheaper end, but not too expensive. I'm thinking like, well, no, Maybelline is under or around $10, so it's more like L'Oreal with Colourpop's prices these days. But anyway, it looks like a nice variety of shades. I feel like I could find my shade. I always appreciate when they kind of break it down with cool, neutral, and warm tones, because I just find it easier. One thing with like lighter shades, I feel like oftentimes they do them either very cool tone or very neutral, and I'm a warm, very pale girl, so I appreciate when brands kind of divide it up like that. But yeah, overall, very intrigued by this product. I haven't decided if I'm going to get it yet though, so I don't know. Would you like to see my thoughts on it? And if you've picked it up, let me know if you like it. So this is a new brand I recently found, but I'm super intrigued by it. City Beauty Official. City Beauty is the name. I need to stop reading the handles. City Beauty, I first heard about them through Maria Agape Love Girl, and I've been super intrigued following them ever since, and they're just launching this Skin Perfecting Daily Veil, and the thing that intrigues me the most is it's supposed to be an SPF moisturizer, kind of like anti-aging, and also something skin priming for makeup, which I always loved. Like back in the day when I used to do primer, I thought you just bought primer for primer's sake to use before foundation, and it was totally separate from like moisturizers and whatnot. But in recent years and just learning more, I've discovered that if I kind of treat my primer as a skincare ingredient, I feel like just everything, and my skin in general is better, but everything lays on top of it so much nicer. So that's why I'm super intrigued by this. It really speaks to me. I like their aesthetic. It all seems like a really new brand, and I'm very intrigued by it. So I don't know if you've heard about them at all, have you tried them, but they definitely have my eye and I'm very intrigued. I also wanted to touch on Makeup Geek. They are releasing pastel shadows, and at first I was like, ooh, new pastel shadows. I feel personally for me, I have enough pastels in my life. I do not need any more, but I have definitely been looking at them, and I will say I'm very curious to see reviews because I've seen some swatches, and for me, my eye always goes to like the yellow end of things, so the yellow and the orange, and they seem kind of weak, but I don't want to dog on them before they even have a chance. So I'm definitely going to be watching the YouTubers who have purchased this. Britt Clark, I think the day I'm filming this, is supposed to get hers in, so I'll be curious to see what she thinks. But yeah, just from the swatches and looking at it, I wasn't too impressed. But that is also coming from someone who, I want pastels, but I want like super pigmented pastels. And maybe this is supposed to be more of that airy wash of color, and so that's why I'm not into it. A couple more things I want to touch on, and then we'll be done. Drench Cosmetics. Now this is a new brand I've been eyeing. I've heard Jen Love's reviews mention them many times, but he's never had anything that was super intrigued about because it was more glitters and loose shadows. But anyway, he's coming out with a palette, and this is what the palette looks like. And I think it's a really neat concept, but for me personally, it doesn't really grab my attention or really excite me too much. I feel like these two browns over here look very similar, and then these two these two colors, I mean, they're red and orange, but I don't know. There's just something about the colors being close, but not too close, that doesn't excite me that much. The shimmers in the palette too, I don't know. This palette, while it's neat and kind of has that grunge aspect to it, which I definitely caught my attention. You guys know this shade right here. caught my attention. But overall, the palette, because it kind of leans more on the red blue, I'm just not as excited for it, and that's why I don't think I'm going to be getting it. But I am excited to see that he's launching a palette, because that's the biggest reason I never really looked into the brand very far, because it was always like loose products. So I'll be curious to see what else he comes out with next. Okay, KVD Vegan Beauty, however you say that, is coming out with this shake primer, and it is an eyeshadow primer that you have to shake to use. I am beyond intrigued, and I don't even know why, but this looks so neat. I am someone who oddly enjoys trying eyeshadow primers. I just think it's so interesting. I like trying something to see if it's new and better and whatnot, and eyeshadow primers, while it's something you never see, I'm always intrigued and I'm always excited when there's something new and different on the market, and this is definitely something new and different. You have to shake it. It goes on clear, but it's kind of like just a typical eyeshadow primer, but I don't know, something about it, I was just like, ooh, wait, what's that? So I'm very intrigued. I think Beauty Bean got this. I want to say I saw her show it on her social media not too long ago, like in her Instagram stories. So I'll absolutely be curious to hear what she thinks about it, but not gonna lie, I did a double take when I saw this. Okay, Estee, which is owned by the same person who owns Myali Cosmetics, they recently teased that they're going to be launching an eyeliner adhesive pen, which has me so intrigued. I feel like that's the new trend when it comes to lashes and whatnot. I mean, it used to be magnetic liner was very much trending, but I feel like all of a sudden I'm seeing all these brands coming out with these eyeliner adhesive pens, and I am so intrigued. I haven't decided if I'm gonna get this one yet, because I just did pick up the Quick Flicks one, which is right here, this little guy. So I don't know if I need to go out and buy another one, but I'm definitely very curious. July 1st, which is today, $9. I feel like that's a really good price. Do you guys want to see me review this? Let me know if I should pick it up. I'll definitely pick it up if you guys would like a review on it. Maybe I could get it and compare it to this, because I'm pretty sure this is a lot more expensive. I'm not positive. I can't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for that. Let me know. I feel like if I get enough feedback and if I get enough people wanting to hear my thoughts on it, I'll definitely pick it up. And that's the YouTuber side of me talking, but the practical side of me is like, Katie, you don't need one. So I'll kind of leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you'd like to see. Okay, I'm gonna finish it up with this one and we'll be done. Melt Cosmetics is launching a palette. It's a She's in Parties palette. Now, if you remember a year or two ago, they launched the Stack She's in Parties, and they pulled that, or not pulled that, but they let that be discontinued, I'm pretty sure, and then now they're launching the palette. I feel like that's definitely a trend with Melt Cosmetics. They're going more towards palettes instead of stacks, which, I mean, part of me is like, oh man, that made you guys super special and unique doing the stacks. But the eyeshadow palette addict in me is super excited, because I prefer palettes way more than I prefer stacks. So in that aspect, I'm super excited for them. But I mean, same with the She's in Party stack. I was never interested in it because I'm not into those purpley mauve tones that you see in here. So yeah, I don't have any plans to get it, but I do know Millie, Bad to the Brow here on YouTube, picked it up. So I cannot wait to see what she thinks of it and the looks that she's going to create with it, because I know she's going to create some amazing looks. So yeah, overall, I think this is really pretty. I love the packaging. Totally not my color story, but absolutely beautiful, and excited to see them launching another palette. Alright, so those are all the new makeup releases I'm going to be chatting about today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There were more on my list that I just couldn't get around to it, so oh well. I'm sorry I can't touch on all the new makeup, especially in the indie world, that comes out, just because there's a lot that comes out, and I try to do these about every 2 weeks. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoy getting to do these type of videos. I find them very laid back and fun, and just getting to talk about the new releases that I see on Instagram, because there are so many indie brands out there. I feel like every day I'm discovering a new one, so it's fun to be able to sit down and talk about it with you guys and hear your feedback and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you excited for any of the releases that I talked about today? Are there any releases that I missed? Let me know. Is there a brand that I'm missing? You guys know I want to hear about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope he wasn't too distracting. He's getting a snack right now. But I hope his noises weren't too distracting today, because Mama needed to film today, so today he was just like, you know what? It's nap time, Mom. Yeah, I don't need a nap. So he's chilling with me. But anyway, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And per usual, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post there about every day. And now you can get a little shout out in a video. But yeah, with all that said, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.